Hi Denise, how are you? I'm just getting my last minute stuff together and then I will turn on my other screen. I'm just wondering if I need more light here. Oops. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I bet that was really loud. That's right near the microphone. Hi Louisa. Good to see you guys. All right, a few people jumping on. Let me just do one more quick thing and then I'll switch down to my desk. Hi Carolyn from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Wow. North Carolina is on my list to visit. I've never been there, but I really want to go because I hear it's beautiful. All right. Okie dokie. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Hello everybody. How are you all? Got a few people watching. I apologize if you can hear the fan going on my computer. I've shut down everything and restarted it, and for some reason the fan is running, so you probably hear that. I have a Mac and the fans are a little bit loud in them. So hopefully it will switch off in a little bit. So we are going to have some fun today. I'll just wait and see who else hops on. Let me know who's here. We're going to have some fun today. Well, not that we don't have fun every week, but we're going to do some marbly stuff today. So, oh wow, a bunch of people on. So you must have all seen that video that I posted on my page with my class attendees having fun. So just before I get started, lots of stuff going on in the Stamping Up world today. You may have heard, if you're a demonstrator, you will know for sure that we get to see the brand new holiday catalogue today. So that's very exciting. In fact, I shouldn't tell you this because you might all leave and go look at it. But if you're a demonstrator, it's going live about now, I think, online. So don't go, stay. It always happens that it's during my Facebook Live that it goes live. And then after this, I have another at 1 o'clock my time. It's midday here. At 1 o'clock my time, I have a Stampin' Up Leaders Zoom. So I won't be able to look at it for a couple of hours, but that's okay. It's going to be here for a while. So that's very exciting. So we get to pre-order from it during August as a demonstrator, and then of course it'll go live to everyone in September. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. So anyway, a couple of other things. I have a brand new host code up the top here. And I'm going to show you in a minute all the cards that we did in my class on Friday and Saturday. And if you would like to purchase a kit from me to make 4 cards, you just need to place an order of $35 or more, and then I will send them to you. That includes shipping. I will send you a kit. You'll get a PDF showing how to make them, and then you'll be able to go. I'm going to make a couple of them this week and next week, and so you'll be able to reference back to my Facebook Lives if you need to see more detail on how to put them together. So we had lots of fun, and if you round up your order to $50, you will get $5 in bonus bucks. That's just until the end of this month, that you'll be able to redeem next month. And then you'll also get a gift, a package of, let's see, do I have I think it was these ones that I'm giving away this month to everyone that places an order of $50 or more. So a good deal. So $50, you're going to get a packet of these, you're going to get $5 in bonus bucks, and you're going to get my card kit, 4 different cards to make, and some you will be able to use. If you don't have the stamp sets that I used, you'll be able to use something else in your stash, and then some, like this one we're going to do today, you'll get pretty much all the pieces from me, so you won't need to have anything really. So anyway, let me show you the cards. Let me put these to one side for a minute. This was just to get you interested, and let me show you the cards. So the card we're going to make today is this one, and it's using the marble technique, which was the one where we had lots of fun. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. Isn't it pretty? And then we also made this card, and this one actually I cased from another demonstrator. Her name is Amy. I'm never quite sure how to pronounce her name. Amy Kunders. She's American, but she has like a Dutch or a German last name, Koenders. So I cased this from her. I made a couple of little changes, but I've copied her basic design. But I love the simplicity of this. It looks so peaceful, doesn't it? So this could be great for thinking of you, sympathy, get well, miss you, or a birthday card, of course. So this was another one that we made. And then this was Kristen's card. You know, Kristen always designs a card for me. So she used the Bird's Eye View stamp set. So cute. And this is a fun fold. I'm going to call it like a double Z fold. I don't know what the official name is, but I'm calling it a double Z fold, because if you look at it, it's got 2 kind of Z's. Or Z as we say in England. So, and this is using the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper. This is that big stack that has the 12 different paper designs, and you get 4 of each. It's a big stack of 48 sheets. And then she did a different variation on the colors. So love this color I like them both, but this is Pretty Peacock, which is one of my favorites. So there's the little baby bird, so cute. And then the other one that we made was this one, an interactive. So I have a couple of versions. So this is using the carousel stamp set and bundle. Carousel horse, what's it called? Carousel horses. Here it is. Carousel horses, and there's the dies. And as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, it would be, as soon as I saw this stamp, actually, I thought, oh, that would be so fun to do a rocking horse. It's designed for carousel horses. So I made this one first, so it rocks. I did a little boo-boo on the back. But anyway, if you can see, it stands and rocks, and then you can put your greeting inside. I did this one for a new baby. Isn't that cute? And then I made another version, which is more like a carousel, and you can see the lights picking up there. It's got a little piece of acetate in the back, and that rocks too. So I had so much fun making these. So I will show you how to make these next week on my Facebook Live. But for now, we're going to do the marble technique. So let's get going. So you need some marbles for this, and I thought I had some. I hunted high and low to see if I could find some, and I could not find. I'd lost my marbles. I'll probably be saying that a few times during the video. So I ordered some from Amazon. I actually got them on Prime Day, and this is only a few of them that are left in here. I think this was a bag of about 60, and and it was not very much. It was like $5 or $6, so they're very inexpensive. But if you have kids or grandkids, or just one of my team members was saying that her ex-husband had a marble collection that she still has, a big bowl of marbles, so she could definitely do this. And if you have kids or grandkids, this is a fun technique to do with them, and you can use paints. You can use like tempera paint if you like instead. So, but what you will need is you will need some re-inkers. And then what I did is I actually set up three different, oops, sorry about the light there, three different boxes with different color combinations. So this one I used Tahitian Tide Lemon Lime Twist, and this one Crushed Curry and Real Red, and then this one Highland Heather and Melon Mambo. And you can see I already did this one earlier. So, and then you'll need your re-inkers. So the one I'm going to show you today is actually this Crushed Curry Real Red. So I'm going to pull those re-inkers. So there's Real Red and there's Crushed Curry. So those are the two I'm going to use. And you, like I say, you need some kind of a box. These are old. These are the cases that the old wood-mounted stamps used to come in when Stampin' Up sold those, and I still had some. But you could use a Tupperware container, or if you have some of the newer deep stamp boxes, that they're kind of like they're like these ones, but they're deeper. If you have some of those, you could use one of those. So anything that opens and closes easily and is like about an inch and a half deep would work. So I've got in here about 10 marbles. You want about 10 or 12 marbles, and then you need some cardstock. So I am just using basic white cardstock. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you guys. Yeah, Kristen was at my class. She said it was fun, and she's got kids, so she was already planning to do it with her kids, I think. The nice thing about this, using our Stampin' Up re-inkers, is that they are water-based, so the cleanup on this is really easy. Like after class, I just put some water in a bowl and ran water over these and soaked the marbles, and the color just came right off, and then I just spread stuff out on a towel to dry. So it was really easy cleanup. You don't have to worry about anything staining. And I highly recommend when you buy our ink pads that you get the re-inkers at the same time. And then not only do you have them when your ink pads get dry, but there are so many fun techniques that you can do with re-inkers. So let's get started. So I'm going to do I'm going to just show you one color, and then I've got already panels done with the other color combinations, and I'll show you what those look like. So with your marbles, doesn't matter if they're in here or you haven't put them in yet. I'm going to add a couple of drops of Crushed Curry re-inker, and you can use whatever color combinations you like. You just want a couple of drops. Less is more here, and don't forget you can always go back and add. So you can use whatever color combination you like. I would, even though we're doing one color at a time, I would suggest that you don't use things like that might make a muddy color. Like I wouldn't do purple and yellow. I would stick to colors that are next to each other on the color wheel that you know are going to blend nicely together. So I'm doing yellow and red, which is perfect. We're going to end up with kind of an orangey color. So once you've got your re-inker in here, this is where it gets a bit noisy. You're going to jiggle your marbles around and try and gather up as much of those 2 little drops of ink onto your marbles. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So if you need to turn your volume down, go ahead and do so. But I'm going to jiggle this around, and then I'll come back and talk to you. It's a bit like one of those games where you have the balls and you're trying to get them in the maze or in the spot. You're trying to get all the ink up. Okay, So once you've done that, I'm going to see if I can move my light a little bit so it's not so much. I don't think I can do that at this point. Let me see here if I can just. We're going to get that glare from the light just because I'm using clear shiny things. But anyway, once you've done that, and you can see you can't really see any ink left back in there. I'm going to open up. I'm going to grab a piece of basic white cardstock, and this is just 1/4 of a sheet, so it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of adhesive on the back, just the tiniest little bit. And I'm going to stick that on the lid. Close it up again. Then I'm going to flip it over this time, and I'm going to jiggle it all around. And what's going to happen is the color that's accumulated on the marbles is going to leave trails all over this basic white. So again, I'll stop talking while I'm doing this, and it's going to be a little bit noisy, and then we'll take a look and see what's happened. Okay, let's take a look. And this is what it looks like so far. And I think I might add a little bit more yellow because I know the red, I definitely don't want to add too much of that because that's pretty strong. But the yellow is pretty light, so you want to add more of the lighter colors and less of the dark. So this piece back in again. So I'm just going to put it back in again exactly the same. Still sticky on the back. It is fun and noisy. Yes, I apologize. We're only going to do one piece. And this time I'm just jiggling kind of, I'm not going up and down, I'm just going kind of from side to side. Okay, that's a lot better. See how yellow that is? And now you can leave it in if you like. I like to take it out because I like to kind of see what's going on. Now I'm going to add a couple of drops of red. And what people found at class was this one, you could actually get like a couple of pieces of cardstock done without even adding any more because the red is pretty strong. So again, I'm going to collect all that ink up on the marbles. Pretty good. And we'll put this back in, and then we should, with the red, we should get a nice kind of orangey color. We'll flip this over. Let's have a look. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. And you could do a little bit more or less. The nice thing is you can kind of see it through the lid, so you can see what kind of result you're getting. Now, I have seen different ways of doing this. Yeah, isn't it pretty? So fun. So I have seen people that put in more than one color initially, like you could put your yellow and your red in together and mix it all around, but they would blend more together and you would get more of an overall orange. I kind of like this way because you do see the two different colors. This has got to get me, so I know everyone's going to be running out and buying marbles, right? So let me show you the other panels that I made and then what the next step is. First of all, what I'm going to do is, because this is sticky on the back and I'm going to be running it through my die cut machine, one little trick, and I kept forgetting to telling people at my class, so I got kind of sticky on my plates, but I'm just taking a little tiny piece of Post-it and I'm just going to put it over that sticky part there, and that way when it runs through the die cut machine I'm not going to get sticky on my plates. I'm going to set that there to dry for just a minute, and then let me show you the other pieces that I've done. So this was, so here we go, this was the, let me see, Tahitian Tide, and this one was Tahitian Tide and Lemon Lime Twist was this one, and I'll put everything afterwards, all the details. And then this one was Highland Heather and Melon Mambo. So you could do, depending on which re-inkers you have, you could do whatever color combinations you like. Excuse me. So this one, I already die cut a piece. Let me move my marbles out of the way here. I already die cut a piece using the scallop contours. So I just cut a piece off the edge. So before you start doing any other die cutting, we cut one piece off the edge, and this is going to give this border right here. And then I did already actually cut, so then the next step, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the next step is, and let me show you the bundle that I'm using, because I haven't actually showed you that. So this is using the Artistically inked and in artistic dies. Now these were a bundle, actually I said a bundle, these were a bundle and priced as a bundle when they first came out a couple of years ago. They're both in the annual catalogue, but they're sold individually now. So we actually only used a couple of the stamps, but mostly what I used were the dies. So this is that lovely big die here, the black that you see, and then we're going to use some of these other ones that actually work with the stamps. You can see here that some of these match up with the stamps, but we're not doing that today. We're just going to die cut from these panels. So I did already die cut some, I had already some left over of this green panel, so I die cut my leaves and my small flowers from that already, just to save a little bit of time. So I can put that one aside and I can save this. And then from these ones we're going to just cut these two larger flowers. The nice thing is that you can make about 3 different cards from 3 panels, because you can die cut, you know, all of the pieces from each panel, and then you have multiple pieces. You just piece them together in the color combinations that you like. So I'm going to just die cut, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to die cut these two from, so let's see, shall I just grab my die cut machine and do it here? Let's do that quickly. So let's see if I can zoom out here. Let's see. Zoom out a little bit. All right. Whoop. That was in. There we go. Oops, too much. There we go. So let's put these on here. Grab my plate. And this is a magnetic plate that I'm using. The blue is a magnetic plate that is not Stampin' Up, but if anyone's interested, I can let you know. So there's those 2 pieces out of the pinky purple. And then this one, I'm going to do the same. And like I say, you could cut the littler pieces out of here too, and that will give you more options for making the card. So this would work, you know, you could definitely just use one of these panels as a background to something. That would work too. I just thought, so I had seen, so full disclosure here, I watched a lady, a stamper, her name is Gina Kay, she's not Stampin' Up. She had done this technique. This is an old technique. Let's zoom back in again here. This is an old technique for sure. But recently I saw Gina Kay doing this, and she just did one color and she used kind of an outline die like this. And so I kind of went searching through my Stampin' Up dies to see what would work, and I came across this one, which I think is beautiful, and I thought it would be fun to do multiple colors. All right, so the next step is, so I've got my dies all done. Put them away quickly. All right, so the next step, let me pull out my kit here, is I've got this and I've got a small white piece. So, and I'm going to bring in my silicone mat here, I think. So this is the die cut, that large intricate die right here. And I die cut them with adhesive backing, adhesive sheets. And what you'll notice is there's a lot of the little pieces are left in here, but let me move that out of the way for a minute. What happens is when you pull off the black backing, most of those will come away. So let's, hopefully, she says. So let's find an edge here. And you can see how all the little black pieces are ending up in here. So you don't need to try and poke them out ahead. And this, I really, really do suggest using these adhesive sheets because it's much easier. The nice thing about them is they're tacky, but they're not super tacky. So you can line up stuff, and if you need to readjust, you can pull it off and readjust. So this is going to be tricky because I've got some little pieces here. If you need to use like a take your pick tool or your scissors, you can. Some of these little pieces at the end, it's not essential if I get them off because I think there's enough stick. I'm not going to worry about those pieces. Let's see if I can get this one off here. See if I can get that. Oh, there we go. Just one more try on this. I don't want to break off the... No, I'm going to leave that. That'll be fine. So I had some seams in the... I was piecing together on some of them, some pieces of adhesive sheet. That's why I've got little odd pieces here. Come on. All right. That's good enough. Get that little piece. Oh, that's fine. Because these pieces I'm not too worried about. Let me see if I can get that little piece. There we go. Yeah. Right, so the next part, and this is where the perfectionist in my class had a little trouble, because we're going to do some lining up. We're going to layer, trying to get that little white piece out of the way there. So take your pick tool, I think. Got that little white piece in there there we go. So yeah, the perfectionist had a little trouble because the stuff doesn't line up exactly. Let me just poke out these two little... so I'm going to reverse this because I've got the pink as a trim. So I'm going to do this large one in the orangey red. So what you're going to do, and I ended up trimming this a little bit, you'll see, is you're going to attach this, I'm going to move it around a little bit and see which way fits. the best, and it's not going to be perfect, but that looks pretty good. I think. Maybe like, so just keep moving it around until you're happy. And like I said, it doesn't fit perfectly, but it's okay. See here if that's better. I think that's good. So then, and I'm purposely, let me go this way a little bit. Maybe do one more, rotate. All right, actually, I think that's good. Yeah, like that. Okay, then I'm going to press this down. And I can trim those little pieces if I want. And now I'm going to grab the pink one that's going to go here. Now this one is not quite big enough, so we have a couple of options. We can just, you see how it doesn't have enough for this area over here, if you can see that right here. So we can cut another little piece and put it under there if we want. But that's pretty good. I'm just going to go with that. Like that. And then I'm going to grab my little green pieces that I've got up here. And I'm going to put all these under. So this one's easy. And again, it doesn't line up perfectly, but it's pretty close. And this one is going to go under here. I think what I've seen a lot of people do with this die and stamps is stamp the images and then lay this over the top, which looks really pretty, but I thought this would be fun. Okay, and then there's these three little pieces here. Hopefully you can see. And one goes here and two go here. So I think this is the biggest one right here. So I'll just do that. And then this is the little tiny one. I'm just gonna tuck that in. We can either tuck it on top, which is what I think I'll do. Just like that. Almost there. And then this one is gonna go right. So it's a little bit fiddly. All right, so that's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Oops, this one came off a bit. Let's see if I need to. Give it a good press down everywhere. Now, I think I'm going to trim some of these little pieces. Just a little bit. So look through your stash and see if you've got any dies like this that are kind of outline florals. It doesn't even have to be florals, it could be some other image. But look to see what you have. Or you can order this if you place an order with me to get the kit, and you would get everything die cut. You would need the dies for the marbling part. Okay, I don't think I need. So, if you have something already that you could use. Now, okay, so this is going to go on here like this. Now, if this area bothers you right here, it doesn't really bother me, but if you want to, you can just take, we do have a little gap, a couple of little gaps. You can just take some little pieces and kind of stick them in underneath, which is what I did here. So we could just cut some little pieces here and can stick a little piece here and just trim it, and another little piece under here. Might need a little bit of glue to stick that one down, although I think it's going to stick. No, let's just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of that. See if I can get that piece to stick. So this is a little fiddly, it's like surgery. But it's kind of fun too. I like the result. And then there's a couple of little holes down here, but I don't mind those. I think that's fine. So anyway, no one will know that you did a little bit of surgery there. Okay, so now let's stick this on. Oops, of course I've got adhesive under there. So, and you can use, I might use some liquid glue on here actually. And now these bits that are exposed, of course, have still got the black pieces, have still got, maybe I won't be using liquid glue. Looking at the time, I've got to make sure that I'm done by 1 o'clock. Let's get on my other call. Okay, I guess I won't be using liquid glue because that one's, so we'll just do some of this, which will be fine. I need to get a pin and unplug my liquid glue apparently. So this is going to be just fine. Right, so then I'm going to line this up, and you can do whatever direction you like. And I do it about like that. So pretty. So I've got my 2 different color combinations, and I can put these aside. So here I've got, I can do another flower this way round with these 2 pieces. And then of course I can cut more from these panels too. So let's assemble the rest of the card. Okay, so here's my card base, and I did kind of a, you don't often see this, but I did a side fold, but opening this way. So this is just half a piece of cardstock, so it's 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, and I'm going to attach this first. So let's just put some adhesive, and I cut it on the long side because I wanted to decide that it kind of, I'm not crazy about the way this is, these little pieces here. So I was going to see if I could do it differently, but I don't know that it's really going to work any other way. Is that better? I think that's better, isn't it? Oh, my AirPod just died, but hopefully you can hear me in the microphone still. All right, so I'm going to put that on about like that. I wanted to be able to kind of line it up how I wanted. So let's do this. Trim that off. And then I'm going to take, I've got a little strip of, this is called More Dazzle. Now, do you remember we had this cardstock? It's a 6x6 in Celebration a year or 2 ago, and they brought it back, and it's in 2 colors now. This is the kind of more, it's like a pale gold, and then there's a brighter gold too. So I've got a strip of this, and I'm just going to put some adhesive along the edge here, and then I'm going to line this up how I want it. You can have as much or as little showing. Just try and get it even. Is that pretty straight? I think so. And then I'll just trim the excess off here. It's a bit sticky on my thumb. And then I'm just going to attach this onto the So who has marbles already that can, interesting to know how many people have marbles these days, because it seems like it's a toy that kids don't play with so much anymore, right? And then I'm just going to attach this kind of about like that. Ooh, I like the pink. So I'm a bit uneven here, but I don't think that matters. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's my partner for the Don't Rock the Block event, and so she says she's not working. Louisa has some. Kathy says she lost hers years ago. I know. Um, I feel like that a lot of the time too. um, but anyway, all right. So I already did this sentiment just to save time because I wanted to focus more on the technique. So this is one of the stamps from the stamp set. Happy birthday, and I like the font and it embosses really nicely. I love this thanks too, but that was a bit big for what I wanted. You could do hello. But anyway, I like happy birthday. And what I did is I kind of matched up with this. So what's interesting is although I use Highland Heather and Melon Mambo, this is fresh freesia. I could maybe use, let me grab a piece of Highland Heather and see, or even gorgeous grape. No, that's a bit dark. Can I see what Highland Heather looks like? This is Highland Heather. So that doesn't, I think fresh freesia is best there. So it kind of makes a new color. This here was Daffodil Delight and Real Red, but this is Petal Pink. So just pick a color that coordinates that you like, and we'll put a couple of dimensionals on here. Oops, the big ones just fit. 1, 2, 3. I think I went with a little slightly thinner strip than the first card, but that's okay. So I just used my trimmer to cut this down. I didn't use a die. And we will stick this on here, and you can position this wherever you like. You can have it hanging. I think I'll do it. I've got a little less border here, so I think I'll have this like this. Thank you, Louisa. She says she loves it. I love it too. And then the last thing is some bling. And I did, I kind of, sometimes I ran out of creative juices by the time I come to the inside. So my inside wasn't very creative here. But at my class, people got very creative. One lady did this stamp as, and then stamped the greeting on the top of it inside, which looked really lovely. And some people did the other flowers and leaves. So if you have the stamp set, you could get more creative, or you could come up with your own, find another stamp set that would work. So the gems that we used were, let's see, what are these called? I've got 2 packs in here. These are called Adhesive Back Sparkle Gems, and they're 3 colors. They're gold, black, and silver. So the gold is not quite the same gold, and I was thinking this time I might use the black because that would kind of tie in with the die cut. So let me try that this time, and we can see, grab my take of it, we can see which we like best. Okay, so there's a black, and that's kind of pretty. I think I may like that, I don't know. Do you like the gold or the black best? Let me know. Let's do another black one down, should we do it over here? Down here. I think I like it better. All right. So, what do you think? I love it. So let me know which one you like best, if you like the black or the gold sparkles. And don't forget, if you would like a kit, which will include a kit to make these and the other 3 cards, then you just need to place a $35 order, and I will send you those. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy says she likes the black. Yeah, I do too. I like those. They kind of draw out the black, and this gold is not quite the same. It does this. It's very similar, but I like them both. So let me just show you all the cards again real quick. This was the one using the Lazy Days. Let me see, I have that here, Lazy Days. It was hidden under my marbles. This is the Lazy Days stamp set that I use for this one. And hi, Denise. Gorgeous, I like both. Sparkles. Oh, thank you, Denise. So that's that one. Let me see if I can zoom out a bit so I can fit them all on. Oops. Whoop. There we go. So there's those 2. Here's this one. And then here's Kristen's with her cute little bird. And then here's my walking horse and my carousel. I have one more color combination actually that I didn't show you. Stand him up. I did a blue and a yellow one too. So I let people kind of pick and choose which color combination they wanted. And most people did the pinks or the blues for a girl or a boy. We had lots of baby cards that were made. And then, yeah, mostly in the pinks and the blues. So, oops, now I've buried the comments. The bird makes you, yeah, I know, isn't he cute? He's very cute, the bird. So anyway, there's all the cards. So next week, I will show you, I was going to go over how to make this one today. It's actually pretty easy because in your kit you will get, let me just show you what you'll get in your kit quickly. I just don't want to take too much time. So in your kit you'll get these little pieces that are already die cut. You'll just trim this and there's your little fence. And then what I did for class is I set up the Stamparatus. Although we don't sell it anymore, I figured a lot of people have a Stamparatus or some kind of a stamp positioning tool. There's a lot on them, a few different ones on the market. So I set these up and people stamped these with black memento and then just colored them in. And then you'll get a little black strip to do your sentiment. So all this will come in your kit. So this one's pretty easy. A little bit of sponging in the background. And then just stamping and colouring these in your sentiment and then just assembling. So that was a pretty easy one. And then the other two, this one and the carousels, I will show you how to put together next week. And then you'll have like little videos that you can refer back to once you get your kit. So anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to go grab a quick snack before getting on to my next call and maybe take a quick peek at the new catalogue. And I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining me and hanging out. It's been fun. I hope you'll give the marble technique a try. And don't forget you can do it with some tempera paints if you have kids or grandkids too, and that'll give you a bigger, bolder look. So anyway, thanks again. I will be back next week. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye-bye.